this side of the couch.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
I want y'all to see
everyone.
my husband. He
Hello.
still does exist. I wait for a few moments for everyone to come in. You good? I'll wait for a few moments. It's been a while since we've been on. I give you all a chance to tune in. Hopefully you all are safe. The weather is definitely seems like it's getting worse. Hey T Maxine. Condolences still to you all for Ann Young. Love you all. I'm gonna give everyone a few minutes. Hey sis, my backbone. Hey Mr. Man. Hello everyone. Tonight I just want to come on. I'm with my oldest and my oldest. And I just want to share something with you all that the Lord revealed to me. I want to first say that I know they need to go to bed. I know. But I had to release this today, but I had some things to do. Like we had to make sure we ate and all that kind of stuff. So that's why we're on late, Tasha. But we have not been on for a while, but we do. No, sir, Mr. Simon, we are not dry. It's wet and it's lightning and thundering. Our lights started flickering, but prayerfully that's all we get. I would like to be off tomorrow though, but no flooding. But I wanted to come on for a moment to share something with you all. And I want to also say that when I'm saying something or I don't want it to seem like I'm judging or being condemning. And anytime that I give advice about something, it always hits me first. Let me say that first. So I'm specifically coming on with my children tonight. And I titled this Convenient for Me, but is it healthy for them? Specifically in the area of where my kids attend school. My oldest son attended a school. He's been there two years now, and it's called Premier. So I'm gonna let you all, I'm gonna let him tell you all a little bit about what Premier is, so that I can help you all get to the understanding of what I mean by convenient for you, but is it healthy for them? Okay, so this is the school he's gonna talk about. It's called Premier.
Hello. Premier High School is a self-paced school where you have units that you have to complete at a certain amount of time. And you can either fall behind, you can stay at pace, or you can excel, depending on how your work ethic is.
All right, so it's a self-paced school. I know you're sweating, you're nervous. It's okay. It's a self-paced school, and the teachers only help you when you're asking for help. And BJ did wonderful at that school. My husband and I were very, excited about what he was doing there. And then we sent our daughter there. Now, as I've talked in the past, they're completely different. Their personalities are different. Their skill sets are different. But we sent her to this school called Premier. And as a result of us sending her to the school, there was a moment that she was not eating because she was stressed. We sent her somewhere that was convenient for my husband and I because it was right up the street, right around the corner, but it ended up not being healthy for our daughter. And we didn't even know it right away. We didn't know it right away. I can't even recall the day that we realized that she was not eating because she was so stressed about the workload. Because Premier, being that it's self-paced, they have to take a certain amount of tests a week. But they're doing all the work on their own. They are doing all the books on their own. Yes, they can ask for help every now and then, but like she was coming home doing work. She was doing work at school, and it was very overwhelming for her. Hey, Erica. It was very, very overwhelming for her to the point where she wasn't eating. And it's not like someone, like it didn't just, like 1 week, two. It was almost like 2.5 weeks that we discovered that she had not been eating because of the stress load. So I'm going to allow her now to talk to you all about why she didn't say anything or how she felt when we first told her. Because she didn't tell us. She didn't say, oh, no, I don't want to go there. She didn't say, I don't want to be a part of the school. She didn't say any of that. We said, you're going to this school, and she basically just went along with it. And I'm going to tell you all that part, and then I'll pick up. So I'll let her tell you all that part on how she felt. Okay, so Kari, how did you feel when we first told you that you would be attending Premier?
I didn't like it.
Okay, why?
Because there's no sports there.
Okay. So, y'all, Yukari's the shy one. So she said she didn't like it because there were no sports there. But she was also, from when I talked to her, because I asked for a little bit more of why she didn't say anything. And it was basically like, my husband and I are those parents that when we say something, is what we say. Like, you're not going to talk back. You're not going to be disrespectful. You're not going to be that. And so she didn't tell us. She didn't tell us that she was fearful of going to the school. She didn't tell us, that she was bothered by attending the school. She didn't tell us anything. She just went along with it. And in the end, did it work out for her good? Yeah, because, those over spiritual be like, oh, but it worked out for her good. Hey, Daryl. Yes, it worked out for her good because when she had the surgery, because many of you may not know, January the 18th of this year, Yukari had brain surgery. We went to the doctor because she had headaches and there was a mass on her brain stem. So she had surgery. So thanks be to God that she is well. But yes, it worked out for her good, but at the cost of what? Like, what could have happened if we would not have found out that she was not eating because we sent her to a school that was convenient for us because it was right up the street for me? And the whole point of me sharing this today is to say that we have to be more mindful of the environment we put our kids in. We have to be more mindful of their different personalities and the workload that they do, because it can be a matter of life and death. Like, she could have went to the point where she wasn't eating and ended up with some type of disorder or being sick because my husband and I sent her somewhere that was convenient for us. We like, oh, BJ did it, Yukari can do it. Can she do it? Yes. Has she done it? Yes. But was it healthy for her? No, because it stressed her out. We cannot keep doing things that are convenient for us and because, oh, it's closer to my job. Oh, it's closer to this. It's closer to that. We have to switch our mindsets. The first ministry the Lord ever gave us was family. So we have to switch how we say, oh, but I have to have a job. We know that. I have to work. I have to be able to take care of my kids. I understand all of that. But if we do what the Lord first ordained us to do, which is take care of the house first, then everything else will fall in place. So now it has to be, okay, I have to see what school fits her personality. BJ can keep going there. It doesn't bother him. He thrives off of it. He can take a test and be okay. But for Yukari, it was different. It had nothing to do with the fact that she wasn't able to do it. She was very capable of doing it. But it took more effort for her to do it. It took more energy. It sucked the life out of her. She's someone who loves being around friends. She likes playing basketball. She likes just enjoying life. That's Yukari. BJ very organized, very structured. It is what it is. He kind of has my personality. But I put her in a school. There are no sports there. There are not any sports at that school. So why did I put her there? Because it was convenient for us. And so I'm challenging you all, because it's a challenge for my husband and I as well, that as we are planning our lives, let the center of what we plan be our family. That everything else has to work around my family. If my child is going to school here, then hey, maybe I can't have a job that gets me to work at 8 o'clock if I have to place my child somewhere. Because all of those things will contribute to who they are in the future, how they view life in the future, the things they encounter in the future. We have to switch it. So we have to take time to have an assessment of our life to see if we're making our family fit into our world, or if we're making the world fit into our family life. Because for us, it wasn't an easy pill. It was not. To find out that our baby had not been eating for 2 weeks. And like I said, I can't remember. BJ made a face when we talked about it the other day. But I was like, I don't think he snitched on her. I don't think he told. I think later, I really believe that it was the Lord's doing. It was that he allowed us to, whatever it was that day, that allowed us to question her eating, or something happened, and came out that it had, been almost 2.5, 3 weeks that she was without food, that she was like barely nibbling on stuff. Because of my life being busy, my husband's life being busy, because we get up early, we come home, I go and do whatever I have to do, he's doing whatever he has to do, and our kids, we raise them to be pretty independent. So, in my mind, okay, they ate, I have the food there, we fixed something, we bought something, so they have the food they're eating. She wasn't eating. So I go back and say, rearrange your life to make sure that it is around your family, that your children are well. Go back and assess what we may be missing, what our oversights may be, because we're so tired when we get home, because we are so overwhelmed with whatever it is. Stop and take a moment to assess your family life, to make sure your kids are well, to make sure that what you are doing is not impacting them negatively. Because even though she was right up the street from me, my baby wasn't eating. And for her surgery, yeah, that was great, because she was right up the street, that after she had her surgery, I could just run up the street, check on her, and come back to work. But overall, it was not well for her. It's not good for her. She still stresses about it. But now I have to take more of my time to sit down and say, okay, this is a book we're going to complete. What are we working on now? How are we going to study this? Because I can't let her do it by herself. It's too much for her because she has a completely different personality. She's a different type of kid, and it's okay. Our kids are different, but we have to meet each and every one of our children. I have 5. We have to meet them where they are. Lord knows I don't know what this 1-year-old is going to be like, but whatever it is, I have to make sure that whatever it is, that when it comes to my husband and I planning our life, that our life encompasses around our children. Like literally our children are the center of it. Our marriage is the center of it. And if whatever does not fit in that circle, if it in any way jeopardizes our marriage or our children, then it just doesn't work. That's jobs, that's people, that's whatever it is. That we have to go back to our first ministry and make sure that above everything else, that one is well. That our family is well. Y'all have anything else y'all want to say to the people? Y'all, she been feeling herself. She got that half flat eye. You see her, Taisha? She been throwing it. He ain't sweating as much no more. Yes, so thank you all so much for tuning in. Please share the video. Like I said, I'm not an expert on parenting. I'm not. The Lord is still teaching me. Even though our son will be 16 years old this month, he is still teaching me. But what I've learned is that I can't be so big-headed, or I can't think that I've arrived at parenting, but because I haven't. But what I do want to do is that at any moment, if something that has happened or occurred in my life can bless someone else's family, can help someone else's relationship with their children, I definitely want to share. So, things that may be convenient for us may not be healthy for our children. Stop, revamp, and fix it. That's it. Make your children, make your family your priority. Love on them. Make sure they know that they are a priority, that their thoughts and their feelings matter. I'm not saying that you let them make every single decision, but I know that we have raised our kids to know who God is. We know the Holy Spirit lives in them. So if there's something that's taking their peace and their joy and it's not working for them, trust how you raised them. Trust the gifts that the Lord has given them. She knew the school wasn't right for her. But my husband and I, probably mainly me because I'm the disciplinarian, put her in a place where she didn't even want to share her thoughts. She didn't want to share her feelings with it because mama said it. Hey. Yeah, she is pretty. Hey, Corsica. So yeah, go back and reassess and make sure that your family is the center. We love you all. We will definitely be back. The Lord has definitely convicted me and not doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I allow life to be busy. And I have to slow down. I have to slow down for these because they're getting older. I still give them 2 chops to the throat, though. And for my husband, I have to slow down. Nothing else trumps your family life. Not a job, not anything. I promise you that when we prioritize the way that God has called us to prioritize, that everything else will fall in line. So once again, I ask that you share the video. Give me some feedback. Let me know what we can do, what we can not do, whatever the case. Give us some feedback because, like I said, this is something that will be ongoing where I will allow my kids their heart to share. I wish they would talk a little more. But, that's just them. But love you all. Have a nice night. All of you who are in Houston and surrounding areas, be careful with the rain. I let my husband come on earlier. Y'all saw him at the beginning of the video. Because some people are like, where your husband? Girl, he here. He ain't going nowhere. He's here. He just don't do all that video stuff, and it's okay. But I felt that it wouldn't hurt for him to say hello. Okay, Tay, I'll tell him to talk more. Y'all hear that? Auntie say talk more.
Okay.
She said okay, but then she's smiling and getting out of the way of camera. Yeah. Okay. All right, so y'all say a special prayer for Houston. We have some flooding here and some hail damage and all of that. Hey, Corsica, it's so good to see you. Well, at least I see your picture anyway. Hey, Sharika, I see you. Mr. Sheldon, hello. Thank you all for tuning in. So, yes, y'all have a good night. We will be back on. Don't know when. Because it's just, as one of my mentors, Pastor Jackie, would say, whenever the Lord gives it, you give it. Have a good night. Goodbye.